Salutations and good morrow everyone, and welcome back to another Grounded update video. Today we're taking a break from our normal gameplay videos, and today we're hopping in once again to the Grounded's official Discord server and going over the public test patch notes where they went from 3.3.4.2 to 3.3.5.3. Okay, this means that they have already updated the public test server again for the hot and hazy update, which means even more bug fixes and even more cool things added. So let's go over that right now for all of you guys so we could go through that together. So let's start reading through. It says loading old saves that have active or available analyzed burgle quests will no longer have loading failures such as crash, missing bases, etc. Non-retroactive for saves made on public test builds 4.4.4.2 or 3.3.4.2 or 3.3.3.7. Transferring items from containers will no longer randomly triggers a crash, which is good because this is what you guys were having a lot of the time when you tried to pull armor out of chests. It was causing some crashes, okay? And that's really bad. So thankfully they were able to fix that, so we should probably have that stopping now. Consuming items from your inventory no longer randomly triggers a crash. Good, because that means that, you know, when you're eating things or using healing items and stuff like that, I won't just randomly crash your game on you. Biometric scanner now says hold to use to better communicate the input that's required to press and hold on input. This one's super important because even I in the beginning walked up, just slapped E on it and was like, oh, well, that's broken. That's not working. I don't understand. Looks like I can't get in there. And thanks to all of you guys in my chat and in my comments told me, Sim, you got to hold the button. So I held down the button and I was able to actually access the Haze lab, which that's what this is for. The biometric scanners are to use in order to get into the Haze lab. Okay, using the biometric scanner at the end of the Haze lab now properly positions your character in front of it, which is good because that's going to make it so you're going to get less of an effect from that bomb, but it's still good. Assistant manager fight, boss fight tuning. This is also a nice thing because right now he was a little easy, but now with them going through and adjusting their fight a little bit more, it's going to make it that much harder. Removed temporary magnifying glass. They removed this out of the game. There's not really a need for it yet, so they decided not to have it in the game yet. It is coming back at some point, just in a different location. They haven't decided what they want to do with it yet. Hot craft does not show up for items that require special buildings to craft, such as ovens and etc. So, in other words, you will not be able to hot craft things that need to be like cooked as food and stuff like that. You won't be able to hot craft jerky anymore because you need a specialty building in order to craft it. Milk molar upgrades now properly reapply on load, so you're actually going to get all of your milk molar upgrades properly. Milk molar UI properly refreshes for clients, so that means if you're joining somebody's game where they've already used the milk molars, the client is going to upload properly for you to be able to apply your own milk molars. But please remember that the mega milk molars are server wide, not person wide. So they're server wide. So when you're applying those, you need to think about not only yourself, but your friends that could be joining your games as well. So just keep that in mind. Gnats no longer murder grubs when far away from the player. That's good because this is what was happening when I made that video yesterday that was about a minute long on how there was tons of grubs that were just dying and being left all over the ground. It was actually the gnats that were going through and murdering them repeatedly to the point where it was getting a little ridiculous with the sheer number of grub hides and grub goo and grub meat that was all over the ground for you. It was helpful because let's face it, who wants to go around and farm grubs all the time? It was a little annoying, but it was game breaking, so it's fine that it's fixed. I'm happy that it was fixed, but sadly the game breaking grub thing is no longer there for you guys to use, so a little bit of a bummer, but hey, it is what it is. Using a bomb to break the glass to get into the black ant lab is now easier to execute, less finicky, and where the bomb is placed, which is good because a lot of the time I was telling people in order to do this, you either needed to use a splat burst, drop the bomb, which was really difficult to do because you had to go in your inventory to do it, and when they were being attacked by ants that can get tricky, or like I did, run right up to the glass, look down at the ground and throw it so the bomb lands on top of your head and then back up. Now that they fixed it, it shouldn't happen anymore, so that's good. Also guys, black ant parts now have item icons. They're no longer red ant parts, so they actually have their own item icon now, which is great. And also the globs have correct item icons, so they no longer look like the bug that's in there. Like it's like a little black outline with big beady eyes on it. It's no longer going to look like that. They're actually going to have their proper icons now. Roly-polies no longer tolerate players standing on their back when aggroed. Good, because I just showed this off in the stream saying how broken it was, and this update literally came out 2 minutes after my stream stopped. So Cool that they were able to get that fixed. Additional terrain sculpting has and propping paths. So this is, in other words, you know that big hump that I was talking about in a couple of my videos and my streams that didn't look like it really made sense over in the trash heap? That's now fixed. So there shouldn't be that there anymore, and the terrain's going to make a little bit more sense. Snap to grid control can be rebound. That's good. Brain power required to unlock new levels tune, which is even better. Assistant manager traps can no longer be blocked. I didn't know you could block them, and that's kind of a bummer. They shouldn't have been able to be blocked. Those are supposed to be boss traps that are supposed to damage you no matter what. Certain weapons should no longer display as the same candy upgrade path as multiple times in the UI. Armor should no longer sometimes take durability damage after you attack. So this one's good because this was going over the black ant gear. The black ant gear, when you were attacking grass blades, was actually taking damage, which didn't make any sense. So I'm happy that they are able to get that fixed. Swords now have their own damage type of slashing. This is probably why the Black Ant Sword is doing so much damage before. It's probably been fixed now to slashing, which is a good thing because not all bugs are going to take the same amount of damage from slashing as they are from bashing. So that's pretty cool. Affects one-handed and two-handed swords except the rapier, which is still piercing damage. So these two go hand in hand. Enemies have their own strengths and weaknesses against slashing damage. Once again, goes hand in hand with those ones. Can no longer harvest choppable harvest nodes. So you cannot use the Black Ant Sword now to harvest grass and weed stems and stuff like that. You do need your axe once again in order to harvest those. So big upgrade there. Gas mask durability twice as long in stink bug and rotten food gas. That's awesome because what I noticed is your gas mask dies super fast when you're over in those areas. So now that it lasts twice as long, that's awesome. Ooh, this one I really, really, really like. Great swords now attack faster than clubs. I have a save where I have a great sword. We're going to have to go check that out in just a second. All globs now are unlocked via burgle chips found in the western yard. Okay, so all the globs will no longer be unlocked by you just going and getting them. You need to actually go find a burgle chip to unlock them. That's cool. Bows can no longer be upgraded down candy paths? What? What? Well, maybe that one makes sense because candy and salt arrows can all be crafted, which means that's going to be there. Okay, okay. Got me a little excited there for a second, Grounded. I almost got upset, but it looks like that bows can't be upgraded down candy paths, but you can make candy arrows, which is going to be that damage effect that you're looking for from each of the different ones. So that's pretty cool. And finally, we have learned via analyzing the respective candy and salt shards to get the different types of arrows. So that's pretty awesome. I'm going to go ahead and give that thing a little smiley face there. I'm now going to hop into Grounded as a game, and we're going to check out some of these new upgrades that they're talking about. All right, so here we are inside of Grounded. I went ahead and made a quick antlion greatsword, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it right there so we can check the difference. So here is the standard bashing moves from the Club of the Mother Demon, which is a club or mace type weapon. And now here we are with the antlion greatsword. Ooh, that is a little bit faster. Look at that. That's pretty good. I do like that. That's a little bit faster there. That's good. I like that. I like that. And then the mint mace, obviously, as well. Yeah, so it's just a little bit faster, but that could be game-changing. Also, I did want to check out those globs. If we look at those, yeah, those look way better now. Check those out. Heck yeah, man. Those look great. I like the look of all those. They look like an ingot or ingot or whatever you want to call them. So those look really good. The last thing that I wanted to check out here, guys, was the arrows that got added to the game. Looks like that we have extra arrows now. So we have the salt arrow. Ooh, it's got like a little salt piece on the end of it. The mint arrow, it looks the same. The spicy arrow doesn't, but the mint and salt arrows look the same. I feel like maybe it just needs a little bit of an upgrade. Oh, and these require feather arrows in order to make. Interesting, but these are tier 3 arrows now. Very, very, very cool. Okay, guys, well, that is going to do it. I figured I'd just hop into Grounded really quick just to show off a couple of the upgrades that they have done for us, guys. I suppose I can go over and just check out the last of the Black Ant stuff that got upgraded over here, so that way we can see that. So, yep, just like that, the Black Ant gear is now updated in look as well. But, guys, that is all the time I have left for this episode. If you guys liked it, please make sure you guys hit that like button for me. Also, if you guys could, make sure that you guys subscribe, turn your bell notification to all, because I'd hate for you guys to miss any of the Grounded videos that I'm I'm putting out when there's 4 or 5 a day and YouTube will only show you 3 of them, I'd hate for you guys to miss any of them. And the only way to see them is to have your bell notification set to all. Also, guys, leave me a comment down below of which of the fixes you're the most excited about. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.